Hello again, everyone. Welcome back to some more Lego building. Happy Friday. So we're going to be building the Lego Coliseum. It has a casual 9,036 pieces, so we may be at it for a little while. It's in a very, very big box. Very, very, very big box. But this is the front of it. Let me just go ahead and switch on over to the other camera. And actually get the box off the table so that I can open it. It's a big box. So give me a moment here. Also need to get my other camera out of the way. There we go. All right. It's also very heavy. And I just knocked over my other camera right onto my headphone cable, so that's fun. Hold on a second. Yeah, large Lego boxes can be a bit of a pain to move around. There we go. Alright. There we go. Also, I just noticed something I'm going to have to clean up in a second, but I will get to that momentarily. Alright, so we got to open the box, get all of the parts out. So how is everyone doing today? Ooh, actually, this is going to be pretty nice because we got internal box number 1. Internal box number 2, so I can actually keep these separate. 3. So I'm gonna, and 4. So there are 4 internal boxes. See, there's 4. We actually did get some snow, a dusting for now. But we are actually expected to get a lot of snow. Sunday night into Monday. Like all day Monday kind of thing. Alright. So there is that. I actually am going to need to step away for just a moment to clean something up once I get this open. There we go. There we go. Howdy, little bunny. Seems reminiscent of the stadium build. Yeah, I mean, any of the stadiums are going to be repetitive. I have heard that this one is repetitive. But it is always a case that the end results are worth it, I think. Hope. And I'm pretty sure it will be. Oh, wow. All right. Oh, my lord. That's a lot of those things. All right, so that is that. I need to step away for just a moment to clean something up. Something got knocked over, and I need to take care of it before anything worse happens. So I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Sorry about that. If you know me, you'll understand this. Apparently, on that box, the big box, there was a desiccated insect corpse, which is great for triggering OCD. Truly, truly a wonder for OCD. All right. So we have these large pieces here. Lots of them. Got a bag of Technic beams. There's bag number 1. There's 3. There's 5. There's another 1. There's a 2. There's a 4. There's a 2. There's another 3. All right. There we go. Put those over there because I'm not sure when we will need those. But we've got 2 number 1 bags to start with. Okay. Wish it was a recreation of the original structure, not the ruins? Well, I will say this. The original structure would probably be more monotonous. Welcome! We are excited to introduce you to our interpretation of the famous Roman Colosseum. Whether it brings back memories of a visit to Rome, awakens an interest in classical architecture, or is just your way of relaxing, we hope it gives you hours of pleasurable Lego building. The Colosseum stands in the heart of Italy's capital city and is an iconic symbol of its imperial Roman past. This impressive amphitheater, the largest ever constructed at the time. Also, the music. That music is loud. Okay, there we go. I haven't played out this music before, so I'm not. I may need to adjust some volumes here and there. Let's see. The largest ever constructed at the time held between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators. They gathered there to see gladiatorial contests, animal hunts, and even reconstructions of famous sea battles. Widely regarded as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, it is also one of the most popular tourist attractions, with over 7 million visitors each year. It's just setting the mood. Exactly. And there's a picture of it. There is a picture of it in Rome. While earlier Greek theaters were built into hillsides, the towering Colosseum stands alone in a flat valley floor in the middle of Rome. Amphitheater. The Colosseum is a freestanding elliptical structure that is 615 feet, 189 meters long, and 510 feet, 156 meters wide. The oval inner arena is 287 feet, 87 meters in length, and 180 feet, 55 meters wide, and is surrounded by an imposing 15-foot, 5-meter wall, above which rose tiers of seating. The Colosseum's outer wall rises to an impressive height of 157 feet, 48 meters, which would have been even higher when the movable fabric roof supported by rigging and wooden masts was in place. Also, I did just realize one of the bags did fall on the floor. That's good. That's a bag number 5. Put that aside for now. The structure was ringed by 80 entrances at ground level. The 4 main axial entrances were reserved for the Emperor and the city's elites and were richly decorated. Construction. Over 3.5 million 100,000 cubic feet of travertine stone was used in the construction of the Colosseum. 1.5 million cubic feet, 45,000 cubic meters, for the external walls alone. Instead of mortar, the stones were held together by over 331 tons of iron clamps. The structure's outer facade is made up of 3 distinct levels, with 80 imposing arcades on each one. In the arena itself, a sand-covered wooden floor concealed an elaborate underground construction known as the Hypogeum. Or Hypogeum. One of your professors for Italian, Riley, commented about there being a McDonald's right across the street from the Pantheon. As a native Italian, she was annoyed. The Hypogeum. The Hypogeum was a 2-level subterranean network of tunnels and cages added after the initial Coliseum was completed. It was here that the gladiators and animals were held before the contests. Its construction meant the arena could no longer be flooded for epic naval battles. Alright, so we are going to do 2 of those. And we're going to do, yeah, we're just going to do 2 times. Okay. Man, sacrificing the naval battles in order to have cages for animals and stuff? I don't know. I wonder how they managed to flood it. Alright, let's go ahead and set aside all of these. Will I be feeding the kitties Christians? Of course, of course. What better food is there for kitties? But Lel Bunny, who let the kitties out? Stacking all of these up. There we go. Brick separator. You know who you let them out? This ginger trickster trying to steal your cream soda? I want some cream soda. I think you should share your cream soda. Okay. So let's put that over there. I have not had any of these pieces before. I think they might have been used in some of the 4+ sets, perhaps. You can see the interesting reinforcement that they have underneath, and this solid block to so that it doesn't flex when you push down on the center. So how is everyone doing this Friday night? Do you plan on painting some of your Battletech minis this weekend? Need to make a dent in that sizable pile? I know that feeling. I know that feeling. Alright, let's move on. Next up. Alright, and friction pins. How am I? I am doing pretty well. There we go. Alright, so first of all, these are going to be right there in the middle, essentially. There we go. Locking that in. So these pieces are a brick and a plate high. There's a there's brick height space under here, and then plate thickness. Minor Trader, thank you very much for that resubscription. 7 months, tier 2. I really do appreciate that. Pretty good, thanks. Cold. It is a little chilly outside. Yeah, that is true. I'm looking forward to the potential for snow. Alright, separated by 1. Restarted a CK2 game. Started as a shattered world with everyone being a Duke or Duchess. So all of the fabrication. I suppose some people will get to do Holy Wars. I would take all the snow, but no one ever sends it to me. Except this time, apparently, Mad Martin is. I went to a Lego store yesterday looking for the new collectible minifig series, and they had a grand total of 4 different ones. They had multiples of many of them, but it was kind of sad. Since I got cases coming in, I didn't like want one of everything. I just wanted some to get the instruction sheet. Cathar, so Holy Wars is happening. Alright, so there's that. Okay. Get that in there. Get that in there. And let me guess, we're going to do the other side. Can I ever get the Islander and the Gingerbread Man? Yeah, I need to look. It's going to be aftermarket, though. So the easiest way, of course, would be to not get it sealed. But I would kind of like it sealed. Oops. But I'm gonna see what the price is when I decide. There we go. Got that in the wrong hole. But yeah, there's definitely still some for sale. It's just going to be a question of how much do I end up spending, paying for them kind of thing. Which sucks. But yeah, like I said, I still haven't gone through the other boxes to look to see which ones I might have gotten from the same seller. It's possible that that was the only one, I don't know yet offhand, because there were some boxes that I got from just like one seller, and then there were other sellers that I got like multiples from. Now I didn't look closely at like feedback, but I never went for anyone who had negative feedback, so. That would be nice. That would be nice. Well-deserved Mega Flare. Okay, another pair of those giant pieces. Yeah, just a little far afield. And probably much earlier. I watched The Name of the Rose recently again, which, I mean, I've seen it multiple times before, but it's a great movie. And in addition to like the main story of it being, you know, this murder or the series of murders, it's also set against the backdrop of an attempt to like determine whether certain beliefs were heretical and stuff like that, which is also pretty interesting. Highly recommend the movie. Highly, highly, highly recommend the movie. Get in there. And really, the whole premise behind the murders in the first place is based on the religious debates going on at the time. There are people, you think, in some places in Europe that are descended from samurai? Samurai are a pretty recent thing, so, I mean, that wouldn't be a long, long time ago. One of your college classes had readings from Catholic missionaries to China who were aghast that Nestorian Christians were already there. Oh yeah, yeah. It's pretty fun to read about early Muslim and Jewish and Christian influences on ancient China. You found some interactive Shadowrun maps using Google Maps as a basis, and you think you found your new favorite Shadowrun street gang? 10th century is not that recent? Well, I mean, there's some differences in like the modern samurai are, well, not modern, but see, we're just doing one? No, we're doing two. Yeah, we're definitely doing two. What I mean is, like, samurai from those periods are pretty substantially different from samurai from, like, the 1600s and the 1800s. Alright, there we go. There we go. Separated by 2 slots. The exact role of the samurai was rather different. Difference between a bureaucrat and a minor noble. Yeah, like, they changed a lot over time. Even if they use the same words, kind of thing. Okay. Get that in there. So it's going to stick out a little bit. Bonk. There we go. Alright, on the other side... Assuming from the 10th century samurai, from what you read, questioning the idea it's not that far out of reality. I mean, so the thing, though, is that, like, there were trade contacts, and there were even some people who traveled about along the trade routes and stuff like that, but the typical trade, the way that typical trade operated along the Silk Road, howdy, Shield of Hope, was that, like, you know, you have your trade, you know, various cities and trade outposts along the Silk Road, and rather than a good, you know, being carried by one trader the whole way, it would basically be, you know, it would go here, and then hand off to this person, 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 and finally it gets to the destination. And so along the way, you've got, like, this, you know, a game of telephone going on with the stories about where it came from and stuff like that. In addition, like, one of the reasons why we call Damascus steel is because we didn't realize that it actually came from India, like, or the Europeans didn't realize that it came from India. And that's A, because we didn't get it from the Indians themselves, but also oftentimes the people in question, you know, like the traders in Damascus, would say, oh yeah, this is ours. It's a secret technique. Wink, wink. We did this. There was even a one of the nations along the Silk Road trade route claimed to process the cloth themselves, but what they did is that, you know, they're right here, and they required all of the silk coming in to be sold there. You couldn't, it couldn't be carried through. You had to sell it to a local merchant, and then they would sell it to someone else who carried it that way. It got turned into cloth back here, brought back, and then they sold it and claimed that they made it. Remember an amusing story of a Japanese ambassador sent to the Vatican, who by the time he got back, Sakoku was already implemented, so his trip was basically moved. Yeah, and it would take a very, very long time for a lot of those trips to get there. Oops. At one point, China was worried about Rome's silk production. Right, no, yeah, so that's what it was. It was that country would claim that they were getting silk, you know, that was... They were basically selling back the silk to China that they got, claiming it was from Rome, when it really wasn't. Because they didn't realize it was just their raw silk being sent back as finished goods. Right. Because the local empire there claimed it was Roman to get better prices, even though it wasn't. Who ultimately annihilated that empire due to finding out about their hustle? Probably no one. I'd have to go back and look to see which one it was. Even in fairly recent history, news can be slow, such as with the Spanish-American War. The governor of Guam found out about the war from the American ships coming to capture it. Possibly Genghis Khan, probably Genghis Khan. Few things lasted very long once Genghis Khan got involved. Especially if they resisted. Was it the Parthians? I don't think it was the Parthians. Might have been. I think it was further east. But I could be wrong. It's been a little while since I read about it. Oops, forgot to get this one on there. There we go. Alright. Flip it over. And we have lots of these. That whole Guam thing was pretty funny, honestly. Alright. Let's get that there. That one there. That one there. It's not quite up there. That locks in all of that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, history is just a lot of fun. It really is. So many fun stories. Also, the end of the Barbary States and their piracy was case zero of history's long lesson: do not touch America's boats. Alright, that one goes on top there. Alright, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, alright. Now the 1x4s. There we go. Suppose I don't know a good place to get one of those Birds of Paradise sets. I mean, I guess I would say it depends on how much you're willing to pay. Like, are you... Because, obviously, eBay or Bricklink is gonna work out just fine. But you're probably gonna pay more than retail. So it really boils down to what you're really willing to look at. I don't know, since I think it got discontinued over a year ago, I don't think you're gonna find it at a normal retailer. You could check some Barnes & Nobles near you. Your sister wanted one as a replacement for trying to grow actual flowers. Yeah, I mean, your best bet is Bricklink or eBay. Like, Barnes & Noble has a very oddly large, tends to have an oddly large Lego selection, while also not being the most obvious place to buy Lego. So I have seen some old sets at Barnes & Nobles. So if you have any local, you could check that. but I would be surprised if you're able to get one. Because they probably put it on sale. I got a couple sets that went out of production that were on sale. They tended to carry more. They do. They definitely do. Like I was at the one of my Barnes and Nobles, and they had the They not only did they have the brand new Da Vinci set, but they'd already sold a bunch. So they do like the botanical and historical sets. Okay, so we just need to put on 48 of these. But again, it's over a year old, so I'd be surprised if you can get one. Your best bet really is probably going to be Bricklink or eBay. And even Bricklink, you're probably looking at buying it from overseas. Battle of Castle Itter was a fairly interesting battle. It was a fairly minor one at the end of the war in Europe. It saw American, Austrian resistance members, French prisoners, and a few members of the German Wehrmacht defending said castle against the Waffen-SS. There was a guy in either World War I or World War II who actually used a longbow. British officer. Like, the last recorded successful use of a longbow in war, I think it was. Kitty wants her lap, but Moxie is already there. Stalemate ensues. Alright. So there's that. Stick that up there. Two of the funniest arena matches you had were people just getting mad over you ruining their win conditions. Mad Jack Churchill, an Englishman who loved the Scots, carried a claymore too, played the bagpipes. Nothing on Bricklink, really. Really? Only man in World War II with confirmed longbow kills. Well, I think he might have even been the only one since, like, I don't know if even anyone in World War I got longbow kills. Hold on a second. I'm looking for the Bird of Paradise. Yeah, I'm seeing some. Someone in South Korea has 24 sealed ones. I mean, again, you're looking at shipping from overseas. Okay, that did not, that may not work. Because some of that didn't come through as a link. I don't know why, but... Uh, 10289, you could search that. I just went to the sets and searched for Bird of Paradise. You're probably more likely to get U.S. sellers on eBay. I don't know what the price would be, though. But if you copy that whole link, that should get you to the listing. Okay, I kind of wonder if I missed a friction pin somewhere, because I got 2, and I should only have 1. So, that's not going to be actual Amazon. That is going to be the third-party sellers, which is basically the same as eBay, and I've had some real piss-poor luck with some of those things. But it is a route. So 2 friction pins and a yellow 1x1 cylinder plate as extra parts. Alright, bags number 2. Just the one bag, it looks like. There's a Korean who was captured by Allied forces after the Battle of Normandy. Seems he ended up being forced to fight for the Japanese, Soviets, and then the German army. Ooh. Yeah, all of the instructions are online, so missing out on instructions is perfectly fine. I would generally go for sealed sets. But that is my personal preference. It is more expensive. But yeah, Lego has almost every instruction online these days. The exceptions are basically a few of the little, like, gift with purchase type sets and things like that. If that's all it's missing, that's not a huge deal. All right, so 46 of these. Dark gray. 1x2 to 2x2 brackets. It's pretty interesting to also look up the... Oh, wait, no, actually there is another 2. I didn't think there were enough brackets. Yeah, it's pretty interesting to look up the people who were were given awards for saving Jews during and others during World War II. One of them was a Japanese ambassador or consulate guy who just, like, did not sleep at all so that he could keep issuing more visas to get people out of both occupied and soon-to-be occupied countries. Just looking at some of the, like, the heroic stories, there's quite a few out there that it's like, how has this not been made into a movie yet? German guy saved people in Nanking, and a Japanese guy saved Jews in Germany. Yep. Yeah, there's some really fascinating stories. Yeah, it definitely is. Like, there's quite a few of them I've read synopses on and just been like, how is this not a movie? And just kind of seeing, like, all the different ethnicities and nationalities of people who did what they could. You know, sometimes even just saving one or two people. There's a lot of side stud action going on here. This is going to be a really thick base as well. Alright, almost done with these brackets. There we go. Okay. Let's put that up there. Two of these. It's interesting to think of how different today would be if things happened differently in the past. Oh, yeah. You don't even have to go that far back. Alright, there we go. Alright, get that there. Reading about the Ottomans several years ago and came across some World War II stuff about Turkey trying to save a bunch of Turkish Jews from Nazi-occupied France. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people who put themselves in danger to do what they could. Was a Japanese general so ashamed of how his men acted during the war that he pled guilty at the war crime trials to speed up the process, and even though he was only sentenced to like 12 years, he went home, rebuilt the cell in his garden, and stayed in it for the rest of his life as penance? There is sometimes going too far, though. Like, I mean... there's a complex there. I mean, like, definitely some noble sentiment, but oh yeah, there definitely are. Because ultimately, that's the thing. Is like, it's about humanity and whether someone has it or doesn't have it, kind of thing. And the courage to actually act on it. Did any set have poppies? I don't think so. I don't think they've done poppies yet. Think there needs to be more humanity in humanity? Yes. Yes. There definitely does. And one way to get more of that is to tax the friggin' billionaires. Alright, get that in there. Okay. So that's those two frames so far, and then some plates. Yeah, 4. Alright. We'll see a lot. Like, again, look to the helpers. There's gonna be some terrible people out there, but there's gonna be a lot of people doing what they can. Not that our current media will, at least the mainstream media, hold them up as the heroes that they will be. Alright, there's a spare black friction pin there. These look like bike pedals. Alright. Bring that down, and that goes right in here. This is going to be a pain in the butt to push down. Because there's always a little bit of flex in the Lego, and that's actually intentional. If you have spare parts, you're not building it correctly? Actually, with Lego, that means that you are. Just depends on which ones you have. There have definitely been times when I've been like, alright, I should not have this one. Like when I had 2 friction pins, that I'm pretty sure means that there is a friction pin that I missed. But one of the nice things about this construction is that there's so much redundancy. Alright, let's go for a bag number 3. And 3. Yep, that's it. Well, people do learn. Like, despite everything bad going on, the world is undeniably better today than it ever has been before. And by today, I don't mean literally today, January 3rd. I mean the 21st century. Now, a lot of the recent gains have not been done here in the Western world. That's the problem. Like, if you look at child mortality right now is better than it ever has been, and that's despite some bad movement numbers like here in the US and stuff like that. Because it's driven by huge gains in Africa, India, Southeast Asia, that kind of thing. Here's Doom and Gloom emerges from the game zone. Do you have to organize another community game night? Maybe. I mean, I'm trying to be positive. I think that there is a lot of reason to be positive, partly because, you know, don't give up. The only way you lose is by giving up. Suggestion system outside ideas for Lego? No, because if they take ideas, then they have to pay for them, or they risk being sued. Is there something that you wanted to suggest? Maybe next community stream night could be community D&D night. Mainstream media just peddles misery because it sells better. I don't actually agree with that, because it doesn't actually sell better. They definitely do have biases, though. Yeah, Rift Tracks Night was pretty fun. That was a lot of fun. So, like, again, I don't agree with that in that, like, if you look at the choices made by much of the mainstream media over the past few years, it's pretty clear that they had a goal in mind, even if they weren't, like, and I'm not talking about the individual reporters, I'm talking about people running the shows. They had particular goals in mind, and they put their fingers on the scale to get those goals. And it's not about being behind the times or ahead of the times or anything like that, it's just about what they wanted. There's a thing about, like, one of the reasons why certain things are difficult here in the U.S. is because so many people don't think of themselves as poor, but temporarily not rich. Which is definitely the case as well. Wish your brain could be funnier faster and your internet was better? I mean, you only dropped a couple times. And you got back in, which was great. I'm glad it worked out that way, that you were able to get back in. I was very much worried that you wouldn't be. You don't consider yourself poor, you consider yourself as comfortably surviving. Let's see, 6. Yep, alright. And 2 of these. Maybe one day you can get better internet? I hope so. Now that Leva isn't around anymore, you'll need to have the Company of the Broken Sword run into Morel Marin. How else is Braxton going to lose his clothes? Oh, I'm sure we'll find ways. Don't worry. Don't worry. There are ways. The Sword of Underwear Snatching? Maybe. Maybe. We could always have that. I think it's a modem that you've had since the age of the dinos. Is it a modem that you own or a modem that you rent? Because if it's a modem that you rent, definitely contact them about sending you a replacement. They should probably do that. Own you believe. Well, it might be time to replace it then. Alright, there we go. What else? Just these 2. Okay. Alright. That is going to go right there. And right there. Doesn't help that your internet company is in Anchorage. Well, Well, I mean, they should still be able to send you out a new one or something. Or have a... You know, be able to call them up or something like that. Okay. 2 of these. You'd walk down there, bang on the door, and complain. I mean, that might work too. Don't knock it till you've tried it. They shut down the office there in town years ago? Yeah, that's not at all uncommon. I mean, most things can be done remotely, so... Alright, let's see. Next up... Was that a Ronald Reagan impersonation? Not intentionally. That was not an impersonation in particular intentionally. No, I mean, if I were going to try to do a Ronald Reagan, it would be something along the lines of, well, you know, you got to get a little breathy. That's how you do a Ronald Reagan. Scrunch up your face a little bit, too. Oh, someone shared out some ads that Ronald Reagan, you know, some products that Ronald Reagan endorsed in like the 40s or 50s or something like that, and it was funny. There were 2 of them used the exact same photo, literally the exact same, and it's like, talk about easy money. You know? Yeah, here, just use this photo and say whatever you want me to say. I mean, he did negotiate with terrorists in order to defeat Jimmy Carter. Oh, he might not have. I don't know how that has not become a bigger national scandal, but Ronald Reagan's favorite store on the Citadel? Probably the one selling cigarettes. Who did you see building this? I have no idea. Yeah, the Titanic was 2 years ago. So the reason there is actually a reason why I am doing this here in January. And I think I might make January Architecture Month, because last January I did the pyramid, because that's when January is when I was in Egypt. So I think that we're going to do something similar going forward, where I do architecture stuff in January. I don't know what the next architecture set is, but I do need to get the Notre Dame, which I have been to. I have not been to the Coliseum, though. Okay. Not done yet. Alright, lots and lots of tiles. Alright, so that is going to be 2. Okay, yeah, that is right. Alright. 2, then go that way. Go that way. Okay, there we go. Hopefully there are more scary Magic the Gathering cards for October. I mean, you can always dip into old stuff. Go way, way, way back. Back to the 90s. One by three, 1x3, 1x3. Another 1x3 right there. An Alos? Is that an ancient instrument? Sounds like it. The Ancient Times of 1993? Yes. Yes. Way, way, way back. Back in the before times. Okay, there we go. That's that. Oh. Someone must have liked him. Alright, so that's gonna go right there. And there. There we go. Oh yeah, I should do these. These make good guides. Double pipe instrument from Greece. I mean, maybe the person who played it was just bad at it. I mean, if the only violin you ever heard was me playing the violin, you would probably say, "Oh my God, that's a terrible instrument." Why would anyone play that? Because, you know, it would be bad. Okay, and there we go. Last tiles down. Well, just because they're a professional musician doesn't mean that they would be considered a professional of that instrument. I'm just saying that it is possible that people back then enjoyed it, number one, but it's also possible that the person playing it just isn't good at it. Getting so poked under by holding it underneath. Nope. All right. That didn't work. No, I know what it is now. Like, now that you tell me what it is, I'm not great at certain names and things like that, so. So many little things are popping off. Okay, there we go. This is not as easy as it may seem. All right, hold on. It does matter which direction these are turned. So let's see if we can get this in now. There we go. There we go. All right. Now to get these parts back on that popped off. Or that I took off. Get all scratched up there. All right. Okay, bag number 4, and we are going to be using these as well. So I think we'll just go through this first box tonight. How dare you? How dare you, Bahamut? How dare you? Hard to know if reproductions of ancient instruments recreate the original sound. Yeah, exactly. Like there's a really good recreation of a Babylonian harp, and a musician actually put out an album of music using it. But again, like they're very clear that they don't know if that is accurate. You dare because that was the funniest scene in FF9? Poor Garnet. Poor Garnet. Let's see. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 2, 3, 4, 5. Poor Dagger. Poor Dagger. You need to remember this for the next Rift Tracks game. No, we should be pandering. Pandering to me with ham comments. That's how pandering works. Alright. So, beige 1x2s with Technic pins. You sure changing your name but nothing of your appearance is a good way to be unnoticed? Yeah, well, technically she's changed her appearance by wearing that that orange latex thing. I mean, that's some bun-hugging out. That's a bun-hugging outfit she's got. I would much rather have been able to run around most of the game with her in the white mage robes. That would have been great. I mean, it was a nice callback, but also, come on, come on, come on. Turn the heater up. You're probably cold from waking up too early this morning. I mean, I don't know where you are, but it is cold right now. And it is doing a number on my hands. I definitely need to get some new hand lotion tomorrow, because I'm almost out. Well, basically out. I got the wrong kind, and it smells terrible the other day. Do I want to call Dagger Rosa that badly? Rosa never wore a white mage outfit. Nope. Rosa never had a change of clothes. Alright, the Coliseum is also called the Flavian Amphitheater after the 3 emperors of the Flavian dynasty who built and modified it. Need to watch FF9? You hadn't before because of only mobile internets for a while? Well, there's plenty waiting for you when you get time. I mean, she was definitely dressed in white, but it wasn't the classic white mage outfit. No one had a classic outfit in that game. Everyone had their own. Although, I suppose Cecil as a Dark Knight did kind of have the Mystic Knight outfit from 3. There were white mages in the game. Like in Mysidia and in Baron. Had a friend ask you what a Minotaur Tiefling would look like, and you immediately forwarded a pic of a Baffitar. Okay, so let's see. This is going to slot right in. there. Make sure that nothing else is. Stop that. Kane didn't really have a, like, it didn't really match the Dragoons from 1 or 2. I guess maybe in, except for the color change, it did, sort of. A couple weeks late, but now you know I need to see this image. All right, let me take a look at that. Gingerbread dragon. That's adorable. Nope. Well, they were Lancers. I don't know where the jump ability really came from. And of course, Dragoons in Final Fantasy II were basically just... goes not there, but here. They didn't have any special powers. They just a knight. Final Fantasy IX sure does have a lot of animal people. Yeah, and they're not really explained. I want to know more about the hippo people, for example. I mean, it does allow Zidane to go unnoticed, shall we say. Maybe jump is to approximate flying in on a dragon to attack. I mean, that might have been, like, the original idea. But... I don't know. I do not know. It is going to be a pain in the butt to take this all apart. It really is. A lot of effort to lock this base together. Yeah. That's not uncommon. I actually have a mock that there's a certain portion of it that I don't think that I could get it apart without breaking it. It was before these existed, which I would have used these to lock some parts in. There we go. Alright, now we're going to flip it around. And when we get some, like, actual rounded corners on this, it's going to be so much easier to handle. It's rooted in a lot of the acrobatic spear martial arts of Japan and China. Maybe. I mean, I find it interesting that in Final Fantasy IX, the jump command does not... like, Freya does not land on the enemy with her spear. She throws it from the air. Which is an interesting difference. Crying out loud. There we go. I kind of hate these pieces. There we go. All right. Part of the issue is just like not having it hollow right here makes it hard to get your hand in and push this through. Like, it's so much easier to lock these in on the outside kind of thing. I know, spoilers. I'm terrible. How dare I assume that people have played the game before? There we go. Well, that one went in pretty easily. There we go. All right. Phew. Okay. Almost need tweezers to not finger some of those nooks and crannies. I don't, like, you would not be able to tweezer some of that. There is just no way that you could do that. Just not enough, you would not be able to exert enough force. Alright, so let's see. Square Enix does seem to enjoy adding in card games into Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth has one. I wouldn't mind so much if they were better. I mean, I haven't played Rebirths, but I have a deep and abiding hatred of Tetramaster. Have you ever had a Lego build just frustrate you so much that you gave up and just sorted it? No. The more likely thing is, now, so to be fair, to be clear, I don't build a whole lot of Technic. Maybe if I mess something up. Oop. here. And here. Well, and randomness. Like, you would not be able to play, you would not be able to play Tetramaster in person. You have to play it on a computer. You're pretty okay with eighth's triple triad? Yeah, well, again, like that you could play in person. The big problem with triple triad is when the rules spread and you get bad rules. If you don't have bad rules, the game is fine. If you have bad rules, the game sucks. Obviously, the first time through the game, you're pretty likely to end up with bad rules. When your game might as well be Calvin Ball to an observer, you may have done something wrong, yeah. Like, there are some rule changes in Triple Triad that I have been like, well, why did that just happen? And Tetramaster, as far as I'm concerned, is always, why did that happen? I mean, to be fair, I have not played Tetramaster since I played Final Fantasy IX when it first came out, so... Well, I hated that too, but... I'll see if I do better when I get to it. As an LP. Alright, so this goes... here? Yes. There we go. Like, Tetramaster and some of the weird rules in Triple Triad have definitely had a situation where it feels like, you know, it's like, here's your card, and it's like, aha! Boom! You lose all your stuff, and it's like, wait a second! I was pretty sure that was going to work that way. That was not going to work that way. All right, lock that in there. Lock that in there. Oh, God. These, all right. Okay, these are going on the inside here, at least. Where? Yeah, right there. All right. Put that back there. Alright. Start over. Wonder if magic is addictive? Technically, in real life, anything can be addictive. Well, maybe not anything, but tons of things that are not actually, like, that do not actually involve drugs can be addictive. You just need to get an adrenaline rush kind of thing. Okay. Take these parts off because we're flipping it over. SOS has the best pixel art? What is SOS? Remind me, please. Oh, Sea of Stars. Got it. There we go. Get that in there. That in there. And 2x2s there. And there. Alright. Locking that in. Okay. Let's flip our pancake over. It's a very big pancake. Sea of Stars is a gorgeous game. Nice story. Yeah, I have a friend who's a big fan. I have not checked it out really yet, though. Okay, so red down there. White is over here. Blue is over here. And this is also that you can verify, like, what sides you're putting things on. And yellow is up here. Alright, spare part, 1 black friction pin. I will probably do it eventually. Alright. Bags number 5. Yeah, I have the first one. I guess they're making a remaster of that. So I will probably not do anything with the first Trails game until that comes out. And take a look at that. Gasp, scandalous swoons. I know, it's terrible. Cheating on me, of all people. How could you? How could you? This is a very, very big build. Alright. Let's see. I need 8. And a 6. And a 4. And another 8. Tan 1x2. Am I interested in any of the other Tales games? Yes. Sort of. In that I might want to stream them, because they're kind of ridiculously long and stuff. Maybe not Tales of Fantasia. and the other PlayStation 1 game. But the later games tend to be really long. At least, you know, if you're doing side quests and stuff like that. And side story things and all of that. Like, a lot of it just comes down to the fact that there's so many games to play, so little time, and I still have, like... I still have games that I have not gotten to that I have had plans to play for a long time, so... You know. There's a lot. Get a time turner so I can play more? Your backlog is also massive and old? Yeah. Alright. One by one cylinder plates in beige. Flip it over. Bracket. And a bracket. And a 2x4. Okay, so this goes down here. So these brackets here, there's a little gap here, because of the bracket, and that is just enough space there to line that up there. Alright, let's see. 3 1x4s. Yeah, like FF10, FF10-2, FF12. I don't know about 13. I haven't played 13. I don't really... Things I've heard about 13 don't really grab me. I've seen 15 and don't care that much for it, and I just don't have much interest in 16. Like, again, I think I've lost... I think I have definitely officially lost interest in modern Final Fantasy kind of thing. Like, the modern Final Fantasy series games. You know what really grabs me? Illithid noises? No, that does not grab me. You keep your tentacles to yourself, sir. You're not allowed to grab this wonderful head. FF15 was a bit interesting being a road trip. Yeah, I mean, there's some interesting elements to it, but from what I saw of the combat, I very much noped. And honestly, needs more women lead characters. I mean, I know what the point of the story is, but I don't care for that kind of story, so... You haven't played a Final Fantasy since 10? 7 and 8 were abysmal to you, 9 was a fun return, 10 was for you. I really like 12, with the exception of wandering across the desert. It's a little too much open world design, like open world MMO style design. It feels it. But the story is good, I think. 9 was where you started. 7 was way too overhyped for you to find any enjoyment. Yeah, I'm not a 7 fan, as many of us know. Like, honestly, the worst thing about 12 is just the main character is the wrong character. If someone were to look at this current bit and you told them you were making a Coliseum, you don't think they'd believe me? I don't know. I mean, yeah, what's just on this screen, but I think if you could see the whole thing, I think it would be a little bit more obvious. Yeah, Pinello's fine. Pinello is fine. Van is the character who's an issue. If the game had a narrative thing where the main character actually did shift, then that would actually be good, I think. Like, the main character should have actually shifted. You know, you're telling part of the story until you actually get to the main character, kind of thing. I think that would have been a great way to handle it. Right. So, I mean, he's fine as a party member, but not as a main character at that point. So the focus should shift. Which narratively it does, but it doesn't mechanically. Have you ever looked into playing any of the Persona games? I haven't looked into it per se, but it is one of those things that have... Like, they're some of the most requested games that I have not yet played. So, it is... Oops. They're very likely to come at some point. But it's one of those things where, like, it's a little bit daunting being a whole series. So it's like one of those things where I want to be a little bit more prepared to do it. They decided since a prior game with an adult protagonist didn't sell well that no one wanted adult protagonists. Yeah. You just gotta tell a good story with an adult. Like, Final Fantasy IV has adult protagonists. Well over half the cast, if not all of the almost all of the cast, with the exception of Rydia at the start and Palom and Porum, are adults. Like, full adults. Play FF12. Oh, well, I mean, that's the version that's really out there. Glad I haven't had to play that one Ultima game you were talking about. Which one? Tella is so adult he dies of old age. Ah, poop. Where'd I go? Nope, there it is. Alright. Get that back on there. Oh, right, pagan. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't really want to play pagan. I mean, I might just to play something that I haven't played before, but I don't really have much desire to. But, I mean, if it does get chosen as a patron's choice, then it will. It will get played. That... I've never seen them say, just like, do this. Like, it gets locked in, but... Like, normally they would do this, and then this. Weird. Looking at this set, you kind of wish they had the Coliseum as it was new. Yeah, Nadaroge, I said the same thing. I just want them to make an actual, like actual ancient themes. I mean, we've gotten quite a few ancient minifigs. In the collectible minifig sets. So do I. Well, I mean, they do make some, but they tend to be, like, remakes, or... Like, the Square side doesn't really... Well, nah, because even, you know, the remakes. I don't know. Yeah, no, I do. And the fact that they've been selling, I think that should tell them that there is a desire. And Octopath Traveler kind of counts, I would guess. I haven't played it, but it's by the same... Like, the team that made that went on to make the Live Alive remake. I have looked at the combat in Bravely Default and been kind of like, I don't think I would care. I don't think I care for that. What I personally want is just more Dragon Quest style turn-based combat. Old Final Fantasy style turn-based combat. Give me that. I thrive with turn-based combat. I do not do well with action combat. ATB is still turn-based. Problem with Persona is learning all the spell names. Well, if I ever do Phantasy Star, I will have that issue as well, so... Oh, the trails, right. I thought you said tails. I was about to say. Misread there. Well, I wouldn't be trying to out anyone. I mean, Grimmeth did it as well. Just like I'm not trying to out Mysterious JG, either Final Fantasy IX or Starflight. Like, I felt a little bad that Final Fantasy IX won the Patron's Choice because of that. Because he just finished that himself. Baldur's Gate 3 is still reaching 100,000 total players on Steam. That's pretty impressive. That is crazy. And I am not one. What did Grimmeth do? Grimmeth played Phantasy Star 4. Remember back in the day when people tried to only have one person ever LP any given game? I don't really remember that. I mean, like, I was vaguely aware of it, but I never cared about it. And I would never let that stop me. What I do, of the people that I am, like, that I consider in my friend circle kind of thing, my circle of friends, LP friends, I don't like to do something close to when they have, just because, like, if there's crossover, then someone who has just finished watching them play it may not be that interested in watching me play it, just because it's like it's fresh in their mind and stuff like that. People got terribly upset sometimes. Yeah, well, no, I mean, I do remember that happening. I just didn't care about it. Like, I would never have let that stop me, because it's silly. Now, I mean, like, I did start LPing by LPing games that no one else had finished yet, but that was partly because it's like, that's a niche I can get into that isn't occupied kind of thing. Oops. Wrong way. But I mean, when I decided to play Crystalis, I didn't look to see if anyone else had played it. When I played Arcana, I didn't look to see if anyone else had played it. And, like, H.C. Bailey started playing that at almost the exact same time I did. I don't think I was following him at the time. I think I only found him, like, probably a pretty short time after that, but, You found me because I LP'd an extremely old Sierra game that few others had touched. Which one was that? Because, I mean, there's a few. But I'm not sure which Sierra game you're talking about. I'm curious. Black Cauldron? You found me because of Colosseum. That Proto King's Quest game, some princess thing. Huh. I don't know. You found Ald because of the artist formerly known as J2 recommended him? That is an interesting thing. My, like, co-oping Crusader Kings 2 with him altered the trajectory of my channel. Like, you could see, like, of course, I don't have any of those slopes left. But it's like, you could, if this was my original trajectory, once I did that with him, this was the new trajectory of channel growth. It was pretty crazy. Found H.C. Bailey long before me, and maybe you noticed me from Kiko rating you, maybe during the XCOM streams. And a Bahamut, you found me because of Kakoskia. Probably from one of the raids. He recommended me far before that. Oh, okay. I think it was one point when he went on an extended vacation. I may just not be remembering that. But I definitely, like that co-op was, like, a big, big game changer for me. So you blame him? Oops, I'm doing that backwards. Found me looking up how to do the goddamn Isle of Fire in Ultima 7. You know me from all of my raids into Kiko streams. Yes. That is one of the reasons why I did do that a lot. I'm not streaming at a point where I can raid into him very much anymore, though. Well, really ever. You found me through the Goldbox game LPs. Yeah, those were the ones that I was talking about that I did because no one else had really done them. I think I still may have the only Matrix Cubed LP out there. Multiples of those I was... First one. There's a game called The Wizard and the Princess. I didn't play that, though. I don't think I played that. I think H.C. Bailey was your second LPer you followed. First LPer you watched on YouTube isn't on anymore. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, the Kikoskia was one of two people that like, watching them have fun convinced me to give it a shot. The other one doesn't do it anymore. She was her crabbiness. Yeah, no, I didn't do that one. Are you sure you're not thinking of Black Cauldron? I don't know how many people have done Black Cauldron, but there cannot be that many people. Because it's fairly obscure, and I don't think many people really like it. You're not. Alright. Early Sierra game, I did at Kiji-kun's request, the super early Dark Crystal game. With Zerfall, I did Troll's Tale. Those are the early ones that I did. Like, really early. Maybe you got suggested me after watching one of those, Little Bunny? Like, I mean, after watching the one you were talking about? You remember playing Black Cauldron many, many years ago? Yeah, no, I love that one. That was when you were living in West Germany. You found me because I was one of the only ones with a Blackwell Legacy LP that wasn't frustrating to watch. Ah, okay. Nice. Oh, whoops. I didn't get these on over here. I was like, why do I have extra slopes? I think you started following me because of Dragon Quest? That's certainly a good reason to. Interestingly enough, Dragon Quest VII right now is the first episode is still one of my like monthly top viewed videos. I did not expect that. There might not be that many Dragon Quest VII LPs out there, at least PlayStation. I don't know. I didn't really look too hard. Alright, let me pick that up and push these together. There we go. There we go. Alright. So, spare part. One 1x1 cylinder plate in beige. Now you're thinking of all the old creators you used to watch that are gone? There are quite a few. I'm pretty happy that so many of the ones that I do watch, that I have watched so much of over the years, are still around. Like Grimmith, JG, Lethal, Kakoskia, Bobo doing the best he can. That's still being around. Zerfall, of course. Okay, so that is going to be box number 1. So I can't really show off the whole thing, but we got not quite half of the outer ring. The outer edge done. But we will definitely get more later. Let's go ahead and rest that up. That's big. It's very big. Soon I'll be able to roll it. Alright, but it is time to do some minifigs. Also, Horse and Linda, Princess Linda and stuff are not on the desktop because I knew it would be so big. FYI, I did get some of the new minifigs. Here's what we're going to be looking at. When I went to the Lego store, I went on the 2nd, And it was a Lego store that I'd never actually been to. I figured I'd check out their pick-a-brick wall. And they had... All they had was a bunch of these, the telescope kid, the longboarder, and one of the plush fan, and one of the Pteranodon fan left. Like they were really cleaned out, and also it was pretty clear that the people clearing them out knew what they wanted. So I got the plush fan to get this. So, the new set has, like, the cases haven't shipped yet, so I haven't gotten those yet. But soon we will. All right. So first up, dice. Alright, D6. Alright, 6, so we're in that row. 19, I'm re-rolling. 20, I'm re-rolling. 20 again, I'm re-rolling. Save that for D&D die. Jeez. 9. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. First ever comment on a video was when I was fighting the dragon during the Test of Courage, and the dragon's name was Dracothraxus. He made a comment about him being related to Tyranthraxus, and the comment was, I miss Tyranthraxus, whatever he is. Something to that end. Which game was that? Oh, right, Ultima 7. Ultima 7, right. Alright, so let's start a prediction. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? New Ald quest, play all the old Sierra games in order. I still need to play some more. I need to get onto the Police Quest games. I haven't played EcoQuest 2 yet. 5 for Ice Oven, that would be the Plant Man. 4 for Abcody, that would be the Wacky Witch. 5 for Nadarogai, also Plant Man. And 6 for Bahamut, that would be Brundlefly. That's how I got stuck with you like a bad case of Tinker Gnomes. Speaking of, guess what one of the upcoming players is going to be playing? A Tinker Gnome. Alright, I also got a 6. So, more Brundlefly. Hyping up guess number 1 is a Minotaur Coliseum announcer. A Leonin mad scientist. Shouldn't it be a Leonin related to Coliseum stuff? Alright, get your predictions in. Delicious Tinker Gnome. But they don't make good Mind Flayers, Mad Martin. Alright, 30 seconds remaining. Get your predictions in. Can I guess what is inside the minifig pack? That'll be next guess. Ah, okay. But you could also be tying it into the horror theme here, the monster theme. Love that the Mad Gnomes are the ones who have well-made functional inventions. Right, yeah. Well, I mean, look, if you're going to make an automated hair comber device, you just obviously need to also make it pulp oranges. Duh. It's insane that you wouldn't want it to pulp oranges at the same time. You thought gnomes just made miniature fun-sized lithids? Nope. Alright, predictions are closed. And we go ahead and put in the stupid code. Alright, hold on. There's my timer. Alright. And go. Alright, what do we got? We got something big. We got okay. 5.73. We got a Bigfoot again. Needs to be powered by steam and giant hamster wheels, of course. Like, how else are you going to get power? Alright. 5.73. So let's choose the outcome. That is within 20 seconds, for sure. Complete the prediction. And who is getting the hams? Bahamut and Kinshir getting all of the hams. Very nice. Lord Canis, Abcody, and Isovan going for 20 to 50. Shield of Hope going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. You've noticed fun-sized candies have gotten smaller and thus less fun. You should demand a refund. Say, you know, these were supposed to be fun, but because they're smaller, they're not fun. So I want a refund. Urgh. Look at that. Mysterious humans out there watching me. I must take pictures of them. Prove to all of the big feet back home that I saw them. Always room for Bigfoots? Well, I mean, it depends on how big your shoe is. Alright, so that is our fourth one of those. Alright, now we finished the last box. So it is time to dive into the Lego Movie. Not the Lego Movie 2. This is just the Lego Movie. Ooh, fresh. And I checked this one does not appear to have been tampered with. Nope. Though you think Wednesday's set had the best idea set up? Especially with me doing it badly by having Grandma taking them home to eat. Alright, so that's a 6, so we're going into that column again. 3. So 1, 2, and 3. So we got a brand new set. I am not as familiar with the feel of these minifigs. But let's go ahead and start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig pack? Get your predictions in. Gargamon, bringing us a raid. How's it going? Let me get you a shout out there. How is it going? And what were you up to? So, Bahamut going for 8. That would be Shakespeare. A 1 for Naruto AI. That would be the robot lady there. Going good. I am doing well myself. Not even. It's a robot lady. Eight for Isovan as well. That is Shakespeare. Leading guest 2 is a Minotaur Lanista, Gladiator Troop Owner Manager. Playing Castles and Crusades, AD&D 1E. Nice. Nice. I hope you had fun there. Robot Western Brothel Madame. Yes, that's her. With a rifle. Or a musket. So we got Lord Business. We've got Emmett. We've got Western Wild Style. Abraham Lincoln. The cat lady, whose name I don't know. The cop, whose name I don't remember. Shakespeare. The construction lady, whose name I don't remember. The barista, whose name I don't remember. The robot receptionist lady. Taco guy with cheese. Where's my pants guy? Robot with dynamite. Panda guy. And mermaid. I don't remember anyone's names. I'm great that way. Leonin Master Gladiator. Alright. Predictions are just about closed. And there they go. Alright. And yes, I actually did watch it not too long ago. And go. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Okay. Okay. That narrows it down to 2. I need hair or hat. That would give it away. All right. 12.91, Western Wild Style. Let's see if that is correct. Yes, it is. All right. So 12.91. It's nice when they have unique feet. That is within 20 seconds. Complete the prediction. And Bahamut getting all of the hams. Very nice. Lord Canis, Ab Cody, Ice Oven going for 20 to 50. No one going for 50 to 60. And Lel Bunny going for no. Yeah, the movie was on Netflix recently, so I did watch it then. So this is before they were using the dress slope, the new dress slope, so this is the old dress slope. Now, the torso is still great, even without. That is definitely usable in other contexts. One-sided face. Get her hair. And her fan in black. You really like her hair? It is a nice hairstyle. Alright, let me get my zoom in. Alright, there it is. So, I love the detail on the dress. And then on the back. And getting a black fan is adorable, too. Alright. Let's go ahead and zoom back on out. Okay, so that is our first of this set. Okay. And now, for the finale of the night, go ahead and get my dice ready, my scale ready. Alright, let's see. Okay, I need a D8. So a D6 first. 4, so we're actually going on the bottom, which is actually has 6, so. Alright, so that is going to be 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright. Put that back there. Move these out of the way. And I also do need my D12. I'll roll that in a moment. But let's start the prediction. Can all guess what is inside the minifig box? Get your predictions in. Go ahead and put the other one back away. Alright, so 1 for Bahamut. You'll need to re-roll because that is the dwarf, and we've gotten all 3. 11 for Ab Cody. You'll need to re-roll because that is Zostam, and we've gotten all of him. We've also gotten all of the Tiefling. Number 3. So if you get a 3, re-roll. 10 for Bahamut. That would be the Lady of Pain. Got to be another Mad Martin, Mad Martin says. Well, it definitely could be. That's the number 7. 9 for Ab Cody. That would be the Elf Bard. So get your predictions in. I'll go ahead and get my app up and ready. All right, 10 of Pain. We have not gotten any of the Lady of Pain yet, which is kind of crazy. We've gotten one of everything else, at least. A Leonin Brain Harvester. A Nathalgu? Wow. I didn't know they came in Leonin flavored. I guess if they collected enough brains, maybe. Lending some lung powder to guess. 3 is a Minotaur Aulos player. A Minotaur can play an Aulos. It's just an instrument. It's NEH-THALGU, I believe. Might be a W. It's also known as a brain collector. It's originally from Mystara. Beck me. Alright, just a couple seconds remaining. Search for a brain collector. That'll get you the thing. Because I might have the spelling wrong. Alright. So, first of all, let's go ahead and shake it. Give it a good shake. Good shake weight. Alright, I'm going to go for Strad von Zarovich. That's what I think it is. Let's roll the... yeah, that might be it. Alright. So, dice say Lady of Pain. Let's see what the weight says. Scale. 18.44. That does not look like Lady of Pain territory. 18.44. Well, it can't be the... That is very close to the Tiefling. So it could be the Gith. Could also be Aarakocra. That's a little bit heavier. So I'm going to say that the weight is the Gith Sorcerer. Alright, so that's what the weight says. Let's go ahead and scan it. Aarakocra Ranger, alright. That is going to be a no. That is like our second no. Yep. That is the Aarakocra Ranger. Alright, choose the outcome. That's going to be a no. Complete that prediction. Alright, Kinshir getting all of the hams this time. Bahamut going for yes with guess. Isov and Alel Bunny going for yes with die roll. Lord Canis going for yes with weight. But Kinshir getting the hams. Stealing those hams from Lel Bunny. Yeah, the Minotaur is only the Minotaur was basically a monster, like a true monster in Greek mythology. And his pupper. So we can't actually swap the legs around to someone else. There you go. Getting ready to pet the pupper. And there is our generic eagle form birdfolk. Wonder how many English... spelling... There are worse things than spelling. Yep, got it on Wednesday as well. I mean, we hadn't gotten any, so... Like... Looking back here... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12... A third of these, no, a fourth of these are Ladies of Pain. So we should have a 1 in 4 chance of getting a Lady in Pain from, you know, like next Wednesday. Because we haven't gotten any of her yet. It's kind of crazy. All right, but that is going to wrap us up for tonight. We still have 2 Giths, 1 Dragonborn Paladin, 2 Halflings, 1 Aarakocra, 1 Mad Martin, 2 Zostoms, 1 Elf, all 3 Ladies of Pain, and 1 Tasha. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I didn't mark some down. Shoot. Okay. So I didn't mark some of these down. 2 of them, at least. I am not sure which ones. I think we may have gotten a Zostom, and I think we might be out of Tasha's. Or we might be out of Bard's. I don't know. All the rest are Illithids, it's all good. They're pre-Illithids. Pre-Illithids. Alright, but that is going to wrap us up for this time. I want to thank you guys for coming on out. I am really looking forward to building this, the Coliseum. It doesn't look like much yet, but it is very, very big already. So we'll definitely be experiencing some stuff with the secondary camera, I think. Anyway, have a good night, everyone. We will be back tomorrow for some more Spelljammer. We will be back on Monday for some more Xenoblade Chronicles 2. We will be back on Wednesday for some more Lego building something else entirely. And next Friday, we will be back to continue the Coliseum. I want to thank you guys for coming on out, and I shall see you next time. See you then, everyone.